Audiobook and Hardship by Fictionify. Whispers of the Vanished. Smoke and Silk. The Manhattan skyline shimmered through the floor-to-ceiling windows of Elena Hart's penthouse, the city buzzing quietly beneath the night. It should have felt victorious, another mission complete, another stolen artifact returned. But as Elena stood barefoot on the cool marble floor, unzipping the reinforced suit she wore beneath a cashmere trench, her mind wasn't on the brooch. It was on him, Cole Carter. She let the memory of his voice replay in her head. Calm, firm, the way he said her name, like it was both a puzzle and a warning. The way he'd looked at her, not just as a criminal, but as a contradiction, as a woman with a motive he couldn't quite pin down. She couldn't stop thinking about the way he didn't reach for his gun first, the way he didn't shoot or shout or treat her like a villain. He gave her a chance to speak, and she gave him a smoke bomb. Elena snorted under her breath, unfastening the hidden clasp on her duffel bag. Inside was the velvet-lined box she'd prepared before the heist. She placed the antique brooch gently into its waiting cradle, alongside a letter of authenticity and a signed note to the Vice family. She should ship it out anonymously tomorrow, through the same courier route she always used. But her hands were slower than usual, as if she were waiting for something, as if she expected his voice to come again.
You're not like the others, are you?
She sat down at her kitchen island, turning the brooch between her fingers under the soft light, watching it sparkle. No, he wasn't like the others either. He saw her, not the billionaire, not the polished charity host, not the thief. He saw the war inside her. At 8:04 a.m., Elena strode into the Hart Foundation headquarters with perfect poise. Her heels clicked softly against the tile, her hair in a smooth twist, her cream silk blouse tucked immaculately into tailored navy slacks. The receptionist greeted her with a smile and a latte. The rest of the staff barely glanced up. Just another powerful morning for the city's queen of clean energy and giving heart. In the boardroom, she smiled through policy reviews, discussed a new initiative to provide solar panels for underserved schools, and signed a $2.5 million grant for an arts therapy center. Her voice was warm, her arguments passionate. She made notes in the margins with a black fountain pen and gave encouragement like candy. But under the surface, her mind was a storm. She didn't make mistakes, not when it came to her missions. But last night wasn't clean. She'd stayed too long, spoke too much, and left a calling card, something she never did before. Why? Because something in her wanted him to follow her. And that was dangerous.
Breaking news. Elena Hart, founder of the Hart
Across the city, Cole Carter sat on a weathered desk chair at the Midtown precinct, a cardboard coffee cup cooling beside a stack of files. But he wasn't reading them. He was watching her, not in person, on screen. A live stream of the Hart Foundation's press conference played quietly, showing Elena seated at a table, surrounded by beaming community leaders. Her smile was radiant, her laugh soft and effortless.
Tell me again why you're obsessing over Manhattan's sweetheart.
His partner, Detective Margot Price, asked, leaning on the doorframe of his office.
She's not what she seems.
Cole muttered, tapping the space bar to pause the footage.
I saw her last night at the museum.
No way.
She had the Weiss brooch in her hand. Security logs are wiped, no fingerprints, no alarms. Only thing left behind was a calling card. Her name. That's it.
Could be someone trying to frame her.
He shook his head.
No one else gets in and out of a place like that without triggering something. It was surgical. She knew that layout. The power grids, the camera timing, and she didn't run until I reached for her wrist.
Margot folded her arms.
So, what's the angle? You want to bring her in?
He hesitated, then,
I don't know yet.
that silence hung heavier than it should have.
You're drawn to her?
Margot said, matter of fact. Cole glanced away.
I'm drawn to justice.
But even as he said it, the lie sat sour in his mouth. That night, Elena stood on the rooftop of her building, glass of wine in hand, wind catching the edges of her silk robe. Below her, the city pulsed like a living thing. Her phone buzzed once, an encrypted message.
Package confirmed delivered. Recipient emotional. No media. Thank you.
A small smile touched her lips. Another family healed, another legacy returned. And yet her satisfaction was clouded by something deeper. A sense of being seen in a way she hadn't expected. Vulnerable, human, and hunted not by hostility, but curiosity. She set the wine glass down and leaned against the railing.
I told you not to get personal.
She whispered to herself. But there he was in her mind again, those sharp blue eyes, that calm voice, and the quiet tension between them like a thread waiting to snap or pull tighter.